In our day-to-day life, we see many objects which are always in motion, but uh, they travel with a varying speed for reaching from one point to another point. Say for example, when you come to school by a bus or using your own vehicle, then you may have noticed that the speed of that vehicle varies with time. Sometimes the vehicle goes slow when there are many bumps or pits in the road, whereas sometimes the vehicle goes very fast when the road is pretty smooth. So the speed of the vehicle varies there. So in that case, we cannot pinpoint an exact speed which will tell about the rate of motion for that vehicle. So in that case, we consider a physical quantity known as average speed, where average speed subscript average speed is equal to total distance by total time taken. So average speed is nothing but the ratio. It is the ratio of total distance to the total time taken by an object, and its unit is same as speed, meter per second. Meter per second is the unit. So if I were to give you another example, a car travels a distance of 100 km in 2 hours. So in the first 2 hours, the car travels a distance of 100 km. Its average speed is 50 km per hour. The car might not have traveled 50 km per hour every time. Okay, its average speed, just the average speed of the car is 50 km per hour. There is no guarantee that the car had traveled 50 km every hour, but sometimes it may have traveled faster and sometimes it may have traveled slower. So now let us consider an example. Example 8.1. You can refer your textbook for this. Example 8.1. It is a solved example. An object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds. So let us write down given. You have to write the question in your fair book. So pause the video and write the question as I dictate it, or you can refer your textbook and read the question while I solve it. So the question is, an object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds and then another 16 meter in 2 seconds. What is the average speed of the object? So here they have given us two situations. The same object travels different distances in different time intervals. So we have to calculate the average speed of the object. So first let us write down distance d1. The first distance is equal to 16 meters and the corresponding time t1 is equal to 4 seconds. Similarly, the second distance d2 is equal to 16 meters. Once again, that object has traveled 16 meters and this time it took the time of 2 seconds. And our job is to calculate average speed, right? So we know that average speed is equal to total distance traveled by total time taken. So d, total distance d total is equal to dt. D total is equal to d1 plus d2. So total distance, add these distances, 16 plus 16, which is equal to 32 meters. And similarly, total time t total is equal to t1 plus t2, which is equal to 4 plus 2, which is equal to 6 seconds. So our average speed is equal to d total, total distance, by t total, total time taken. So d total is 32 meters and t total is 6 seconds. So on simplifying, we get 5.33 meter per second. This is the average speed of the object which traveled 16 meter in first 4 seconds and another 16 meter in next 2 seconds. So let us write it down in the sentences. Therefore, the average speed is 5.33 meter per second. And just like how speed of an object varies throughout its course of motion, similarly velocity of any given object also varies throughout its course of motion. At that time we measure not just velocity but average velocity. To understand, average velocity is nothing but the mean or average of the initial and final velocities taken together. So let u be the initial velocity of an object and v be the final velocity. Take note of these notations because they will be used many times from here on. So v be the final velocity. Then average velocity, v average velocity, average is nothing but u plus v divided by 2, taking mean of both the initial and final velocities will give you the average velocity. So this is the formula to calculate average velocity. And the SI unit for average velocity is also meter per second. So in example 8.2 of your exercise, an odometer of the car reads 2000 kilometers at the start of the journey and 2400 kilometers at the end of the journey, and the total journey took us 8 hours. So calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour and meter per second. So they have given us that the odometer of a car read different distances. At the start of the journey, the odometer reading was 2000 kilometers, and at the end of the journey the odometer reading was 2400 kilometers. So given distance d is equal to 2400 minus 2000, because the odometer readings of the car, odometer measures the distance which the car has traveled. So if the initial reading of the car odometer was not 0, it was 2000 kilometers. So we have to subtract those initial and final readings to get the distance traveled by that car. So the distance traveled by that car is nothing but 400 kilometers. Similarly, the time taken, they have told us the time taken by the car to complete its journey is 8 hours. Therefore, average speed here, the total distance by total time, it will give you speed itself. Therefore, speed is equal to distance upon time, which is nothing but 400 kilometers by 8 hours. So 8 ones are 8 5s are 0. 50 kilometer per hour. So in first our job was to find the speed in kilometer per hour units, which is 50 kilometers per hour. Now we have to convert this into meter per second. So how many meters makes 1 kilometer? So this implies 50. We have kilometer, right? How many it is? 1000 meters gives you 1 kilometer. And how many hours, how many seconds? We want meter, we want it in the units of meter per second. So 1000 meters gives you 1 kilometer. And how many seconds make an hour? Divided by 1 hour has 60 minutes and 1 minute has 60 seconds. So it is 60 by 60 into 60. 0 0 0 0 cancels out. We get the answer to be equal to 13.9 meter per second. So the speed of the car, is 50 kilometer per hour or 13.9 meter per second. So this means the car traveled 50 kilometers in 1 hour, or it traveled 13.9 meters in 1 second. In example 8.3, Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. She covers 180 meters in 1 minute by swimming from one end of the pool to the other end in the same straight line. Find the average speed and the average velocity of Usha. So what Usha does here, she is swimming in a pool which is of the length 90 meters. So the length of the pool is 90 meters. She swims in this pool twice. She goes from O to A and then she comes back in the same way to O. So the total distance covered by Usha, total distance D is equal to 180 meters, because distance is the actual path covered by an object. O to A to O, 90 plus 90, 180 meters. Whereas total displacement is the shortest path, right? Total displacement S is equal to, she started from O and she came back to O. So it means that displacement, the shortest path will be 0 meters. 90 minus 90, 0 meters. Therefore speed is equal to, or average speed is equal to, the distance, total distance which she covered 180 by the time. Also they have told us the time taken by her is nothing but 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. Convert the units into SI. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 1 minute, not to confuse with meters. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So speed is equal to distance 180 minutes by time 60 seconds. 6 ones are 3 are. So the speed is 3 meter per second. Whereas now velocity is the rate of change of displacement with time, not distance. Since we know that our displacement is 0 and time taken is 60 seconds, 0 by 60 is 0 meter per second. Therefore these are our required solution. The speed is 3 meter per second and velocity is 0 meter per second. Velocity is 0 because her initial point and final point, or her initial position and final position, were one and the same, which gave displacement to be 0. Whenever the initial position and the final position of any object is same, then that time displacement will be 0, no matter how far the object traveled and came back. So whenever we talk about uniform motion, the motion where an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, its speed or velocity always remains constant. Say for example, if a body covers 2 meters in 2 seconds, its speed is 1 meter per second. Next, 2 meters in 2 seconds, 1 meter per second. In the third case, 2 meters 2 seconds, once again 1 meter per second. So this kind of motion is known as, where the velocity of the body remains constant, is called as an uniform motion, the case of uniform motion. But in the previous section we studied about how speed of an object changes or velocity of an object changes. Such scenarios are referred to as non-uniform motion. So such change in velocity, the change in velocity with respect to time is called as acceleration, or in other words, acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with time. It is denoted by just like velocity is denoted by small v, final velocity small v, initial velocity small u. So acceleration is denoted by small letter a, and unit, its SI unit is meter per second square. Meter per second square is the SI unit of acceleration. Mathematically acceleration is equal to v minus u by t, where a is acceleration, you know that a is acceleration, v is final velocity, u is initial velocity, and t is time taken for the change. And one more thing about acceleration is that acceleration when the change in velocity increases or when it is positive, we call it as acceleration. Whereas the reverse case, whenever you apply brakes to a vehicle, its speed goes on decreasing. First say it was moving with a speed of 50 km per hour, but when you apply the brakes, the speed gradually comes down to 0. At that time we say that it is the case of negative acceleration, or which is also known as deceleration, where the acceleration becomes negative. Whenever the change in velocity is positive, that means when the change in velocity goes on increasing, it is positive. That we call it as acceleration. When it becomes negative, it is known as deceleration. So in the example 8.4, I have divided this example in two cases. The question is, starting from stationary position, Rahul pedals his bicycle to attain a velocity of 6 meters per second in 30 seconds. So here Rahul is a boy who has a bicycle and the bicycle is at rest. Stationary position means the bicycle is at rest. So he pedals that bicycle and attains a velocity of 6 meters per second in just time 30 seconds. So in case 1, the initial velocity, that is the beginning velocity, is u is equal to 0 meter per second because the bicycle was at rest. So after pedaling, the velocity reaches to 6 meter per second within 30 seconds. So we know that acceleration is equal to v minus u by t, which is equal to, substituting the values, we get acceleration is equal to 0.2 meter per second square. So writing the result, therefore the acceleration in case 1 is 0.2 meter per second square. So now after reaching the velocity, what Rahul does is he applies brakes to the bicycle. So when you apply the brake, the velocity decreases. So that's what happened. Then he applies brakes such that the velocity of the bicycle comes down to 4 meter per second in next 5 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the bicycle in both cases. So in case 2, now he applied brakes. So the final velocity here was 6 meter per second. It will become our initial velocity, which is 6 meter per second. So after applying brakes, the velocity came down to 4 meter per second, and the time it took for that to happen is 5 seconds. So on simplification, we get acceleration to be equal to minus 0.4 meter per second square. So here this is not we call it as deceleration, where the acceleration has become negative, or where the velocity, the change in velocity is negative, or in other words, the acceleration or the change in velocity is decreasing.